What's up, guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Lauren Hardy, and today I'm going to talk about hiring a virtual assistant for your business. Virtual assistants are a huge help to a lot of businesses. You would be surprised. Small businesses and huge companies, huge publicly traded companies are using virtual assistants from all over the country to help fulfill their customer service needs, to do, their telesales, to do a lot of administrative work. Virtual assistants are highly capable, highly qualified, but finding a virtual assistant that is good can actually be a daunting task. So in this video, I'm going to share with you some of my experiences. I'm going to share the ups and the downs, and I'm going to give you some lessons that I've learned, so hopefully you could avoid some of the negative experiences I've had. I've had to learn the hard way for you guys, but I'm going to give it to you right here. Hopefully with some of this advice, you will avoid hiring a bad VA, because there are some pretty bad VAs. In this video, I am going to tell you where you can find a qualified VA. I'm going to get into the experience that you are going to look for in your VA. I'm going to also go into what I'm looking for in their past work experience before I hire them. Then I'm going to get into the interview and the training process. So keep watching. So what are you looking for in experience? The first thing that's really important is that they speak good English. So virtual assistants come from all different countries, but the primary area where a lot of them come, especially for people, real estate professionals, is the Philippines. And the Filipino community, they speak very, very good English. A lot of them do. But some of them, their English is not so good. And my worst experience has been with virtual assistants who have very broken English. When they don't speak your native language, it's going to get really, really hard to communicate what needs to be done in a task. So I highly recommend that you hear their English speaking first and foremost. They need to speak good English. They need to be able to read and write acceptable English, especially if they are customer facing. If they are customer facing, they need to sound like they come from the United States. Now, for the experience, I am not hiring a virtual assistant to do anything too, let's say, complicated. I'm not hiring, a highly technical skill or trade for a virtual assistant. I'm usually using VAs for customer service or administrative tasks. So they don't have to have a ton of experience, but I do like to see that they at least worked 1 year in a similar field. It doesn't have to be the exact field, but let me give you an example. Maybe, you're hiring somebody to manage your text message campaign where you are using text message blasting to market for your company. You want to make sure that they've had some kind of sales experience. Maybe they did telesales, maybe they did texting for another company, or they did something where they were writing, to customers so they can prove that they know how to write legibly. They have good English grammar. That's important. You want to make sure that they can do those things. It's not a highly technical thing that you're hiring them for, so you can definitely train them on how to run this campaign, but you want to see that they have some work experience that's relative. Now let's get into the interview process. So the first thing I like to do is I like to have them send me a video clip of them talking so I can hear their English. It's very important that they speak good English for me. So I'm not even going to bother and waste my time on somebody who doesn't have it. So I would like to see that they send some kind of video or audio clip of them talking so I can hear that they speak fluent English. I'm also not going to interview anybody who has very, very poor grammar. So if we're writing back and forth and their grammar is just all over the place, that's not going to work for me. I also want to review their past portfolio. So if what they are doing for me has something where there's a portfolio they can share, like for example, graphic design for my YouTube channel, I want to see the graphic design skills that they have, that they've done for other clients, or if they can give some kind of reference for their past work experience. That's really important. Now, a big piece of advice I have for you is if you can afford to, hire two and try two of them out and pick the best one. So you can say that you're hiring for a trial period for 30 days. And within 30 days, you're going to know who the winning VA is. This technique is amazing because even though it is 1 month that you're going to take with these two people that you're, going to be paying a little bit extra, this is how you are going to find that one perfect person. If you just hire one person and they don't work out, well, now you have to start all over with posting a job ad and re-interviewing people. So you might as well try to gamble on two and see which one works best out of those two. So where do you find these virtual assistant job applicants anyway? So I use 3 sources. The first one is I will look on Upwork.com. So Upwork is where most of the VAs hang out. But I found that a lot of people first go to Upwork. So the VAs that hang out on Upwork are often kind of flooded with a lot of job opportunity. Upwork also takes a percentage of their sales or their income. So what I've noticed is some of the best VAs are actually kind of getting off of Upwork and they're trying to find you privately. So if you want to get started, I would say Upwork is a good start, but don't just look on Upwork. But the way Upwork works is you post a job ad. It's very similar to any other kind of job board, and then the VAs will reach back out and apply to your job. The next place you can look is Fiverr.com. That's Fiverr. Fiverr is pretty cool. Fiverr is a great spot to go for all sorts of different job tasks. I find a lot of graphic design, website designers, statisticians, data miners, all sorts of stuff on Fiverr. So you could definitely look at Fiverr and see if you can find a VA for the particular task you're looking to do. But the third place is a really good place to find that VA direct, and it's actually Facebook. There are a lot of Facebook groups now where the VAs hang out. So you might want to go on Facebook and look in the search section of groups and just look up virtual assistants for real estate company, virtual assistants for graphic design, or just virtual assistants in the Philippines. If you do that, you will find a bunch of groups and you can join those groups and you can post your job directly there. And that's how I've found some really great VAs as well. So let's say that now we found our perfect VA. What does the training process look like? So you need to be very, very clear cut and detailed as to what their job tasks are. I recommend having a checklist, like this is your job, this is what you're doing every day, and list all the tasks in order so it keeps them organized. You can put this checklist on a Google Drive document, use the Google Sheets, and put each, task, like if their job is, for example, a real estate VA and they're supposed to, lead generate for you via text message, you need to put the task, like, check batch leads system for delivery issues. Like you need to put each task in there that they're supposed to do every single day. You get the point, right? And next to each task, film a video of you doing just that task. You could use Zoom and you could record your screen on Zoom. So record your screen and record it of you doing that task. Don't make a very long recording. It's only one task. So if that task takes 10 minutes, record yourself for 10 minutes doing that exact task, narrating as you're going, and then save that file and put it next to the description of that task on their checklist. So they can always reference a video to show themselves how to do each task. Break down their tasks like little by little, rather than one big video of an hour long of you doing 5 different things. Don't do that. Get it where it's just, here is me, updating my deal spreadsheet. This is how you do that. You need to make them very micro. So when they are, doing their job, if they forget how to do something, they can easily access the video that has it. So Google Sheets works really well. You can pop the link to the video there, save all your videos in Dropbox, somewhere where you don't lose your videos. So then if you have to rehire a VA, you could just send them to that training document right there. You don't even have to retrain. You just go, here you go. This is your training for the job. I mean, how perfect is that, right? In fact, you should do that for any role that you hire. You want to not have to recreate training materials every time you train somebody, because training people takes weeks. So if you could minimize your time in training these VAs, it could become a little bit more of a revolving door where if one is not working out, you can let them go easier because you know that training a new one won't be that difficult for you. My experiences with VAs have been very much up and down. I have had two of the best VAs ever. They've been with me for several years and I pay them very well, so they're happy with me and I treat them very well. But it actually took me a while to find them. I have had VAs that don't work out so well, and I would say some of the experience with the ones that don't work out as well are ones that didn't speak very good English, and it was just a lot of back and forth and having to correct them all the time. It turned into sort of a job for me to have to manage them do their job. And I don't have time for that. So, it is hard to find a VA, but when you do find a really good VA, what they can do for you is incredible. My two VAs manage all my communication portals, like my email, my Instagram, my Facebook messages. So if you guys are actually messaging me on Facebook, just know my VA is reading all those. Or if you guys are sending me any weird emails, just know that somebody is looking at those. My email inbox got so crazy over the last few years of being a business owner that I couldn't answer all my emails. So my VA looks at my emails, she answers anything she doesn't know, and then she draws my attention to anything that I need to pay attention to. So now my email inbox is pretty much not a task that I manage anymore. So VAs are very, very helpful. In fact, if you want a book to read to show you what else VAs can do, I really recommend The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss. He is a big fan of virtual assistants, so you should definitely check out that book if you've got the time. But that's it, guys. I hope you got something out of this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you are looking to wholesale real estate and you're looking to really grow your virtual wholesaling business, check out laurenhardyco.com for all the free resources I have there. And if you do want a virtual wholesale and you want a coaching program to really teach you all the skills, everything that I know, you could go to virtualinvestingmastery.com and apply to the program. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you next time.